Hello. If you're ending this day with that feeling of being out of place, if you miss something or someone who isn't coming back, if you're living a phase of life you didn't choose and don't know how to find peace in it, this prayer is for you. Today we'll meditate together on Psalm 137, a profound psalm about longing, grief, and the difficulty of singing when your heart is heavy. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hung our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. This psalm was written by people in exile, far from home, living in a land that wasn't theirs. And there's one phrase that sums it all up. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? It's the question of someone who doesn't know how to find joy when everything has changed. Maybe you're not literally exiled in another land, but you know that feeling of living a life you didn't plan. When things have changed so much that you don't recognize yourself anymore. When people ask you to be okay, to smile, to move forward, but inside you just want to go back to how things were before. It might be missing someone who's gone. It might be a phase of life that ended and won't come back. It might be that feeling of being in a job that doesn't fulfill you, in a relationship that's grown cold, in a city that doesn't feel like home, in a situation that imprisons you, and people around you say, it'll get better. Think positive. Sing something happy. But how can you sing when your heart is heavy? This psalm doesn't ask you to pretend everything's fine. It validates your pain. The exiles hung their harps on the willows. They couldn't sing, and that's okay. Sometimes life puts us in places, situations, phases we didn't ask for, and it's legitimate to feel the weight of it. But notice something beautiful. Even in exile, even crying by the rivers of Babylon, they kept remembering. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem. They didn't let the pain erase the memory of what was good. They didn't let exile steal their identity. They didn't let the strange land make them forget where they came from. And this applies to you today. This difficult phase, this place where you didn't want to be, this pain you're carrying, none of this defines who you are. You might be crossing a desert, but the desert isn't your permanent address. You might be in a strange land, but the strange land isn't your identity. If this message is touching your heart right now, if you're also going through a phase of emotional exile, of longing, of not knowing how to move forward, I want to ask you something. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so we can receive a prayer like this together every night. And if you know someone who's also living in a strange land, someone who hung their harp because they can't sing right now, share this video with them. Sometimes we just need to know we're not alone in the pain. Let's continue. Lord, today I come before you, not pretending to be okay when I'm not. I surrender this pain of being in a place I didn't choose, this longing that tightens my chest, this feeling of being displaced in my own life. I surrender the weight of trying to appear happy when inside I'm crying. I surrender the frustration of not being who I was, of not being where I'd like to be. Thank you because you don't require me to pretend. Thank you because you see my tears by the rivers of this personal Babylon. Thank you because even when I can't sing, you continue caring for me. Thank you because this strange land isn't permanent, because this phase will pass, because exile has an expiration date. Help me not to forget who I am, even when everything has changed. Help me to keep in my heart what's important, even when life seems to have lost meaning. And when I can sing again, may my song be even deeper. Because it was seasoned by pain, I rest now knowing you're with me, both in Jerusalem and in Babylon. Amen. May you rest tonight, even with longing in your chest. May you know you don't need to hide your pain to be loved by God. And may tomorrow, when you wake up, you remember this difficult phase isn't the end of your story. Good night, and may the Lord guard your sleep and heal your heart. Until tomorrow for another prayer together.